What if I told you the American dream is on a massive clearance sale, hiding in plain sight all across Florida? We're about to dive into a real estate reality so warped, your brain might just short-circuit. On one side, you have the Florida everyone knows, the glittering coastlines where a studio apartment costs more than a private island. But then, there's the other Florida, the one the algorithm never shows you. A parallel universe of property where entire houses cost less than a decent used car. I'm not talking about fixer-uppers that are just foundations and dreams. I mean move-in ready homes with walls, roofs, and maybe even a working toilet. But before you start mentally packing your bags, you need to see the full, unfiltered picture. Because these prices, they come with a story. Your mortgage could be less than your phone bill. Let's kick things off with town number 30, Mariana. This place boasts a median home value around $142,000, but the real magic happens when you find a solid 3-bedroom for just $65,000. That's not a typo, that's the entire purchase price. Mariana sells itself on Southern charm, which often translates to a tight-knit community and a single dominant Walmart. The Florida Caverns State Park is here, offering the state's only air-filled caves you can explore, a genuine oddity in a land that's mostly swamp. But here's the catch they don't put on the postcards. The local job scene is sparse. Major hiring comes from the state hospital and a federal prison. Unless you work in those fields or have a stable remote gig, earning a living gets tricky. And about that remote work, hope you're patient. Internet speeds here can feel like a throwback to another era. You might finish paying for your home before a high-definition video loads. But the trade-off, property taxes are so minimal, you'll likely spend more on your monthly streaming services.
Number 29 is Palatka, a name that sounds like a forgotten secret. The median home price sits at about $120,000. But I found a 4-bedroom, 2-bath house listed for a mind-bending $42,000. That's less than many new sedans. This town was a bustling winter resort in the 1800s. Now, it's a quiet reminder of how times change. The downtown has a nostalgic, frozen-in-time appeal, filled with antique shops that match the town's historic vibe. The St. Johns River flows right through, providing beautiful views and a constant reminder that you're sharing the water with some prehistoric-looking neighbors. Think of it as nature's Uber pool, but for reptiles. The real kicker? While people in San Francisco pay thousands to rent a closet, your entire house payment in Palatka could be a fraction of that. At number 28, we find Avon Park, a place so under the radar your GPS might stutter. The median home value is $115,000, but a comfortable 2-bedroom can be yours for around $55,000, less than the cost of many weddings. They call it the City of Charm, a popular slogan in these parts. The charm here is purely financial. One couple reported their mortgage is a mere $280 a month, while their grocery bill is over $400. Your shelter costs less than your food. There's a local racetrack for entertainment, which is good because the nearest major retail store is a long drive away. And here's the Florida reality check. Your annual hurricane insurance could easily be $3,000, potentially outstripping your mortgage payments. It's the universe's way of balancing the scales. Number 27 is Perry, a community of about 6,800 where family trees might not have many branches. The median home price is listed at $150,000, but you can easily find a 3-bedroom home for $48,000. People spend more than that on a single kitchen remodel. This is the proclaimed tree capital of the South. The annual Florida Forest Festival is the main event, a serious celebration of timber. The economy is built on wood. If you don't work in that industry, your options are limited. It's like being a teetotaler at a brewery convention. The nearest shopping mall is over an hour away, and Amazon Prime delivery estimates become a vague promise.
Welcome to number 26, Williston. This is horse country, which means open spaces and a slow pace. The median home price is $118,000, with nice houses available around $70,000. For the price of a high-end SUV, you get a whole home. Its main attraction is proximity to Devil's Den, an incredible underground spring that draws scuba divers. Why swim in a pool when you can dive into a prehistoric cavern? The financials are staggering. One person sold a tiny studio in New York and bought 3 houses here outright. He's now a mini mogul with rental income funding his life. The downside? Nightlife means choosing which gas station to visit. Community gossip moves at the speed of light, and you'll be a local topic before you've even unpacked. Number 25 is Clewiston, America's sweetest town, and they mean that literally. The median home price is $125,000, but $60,000 houses exist if you're okay with some vintage character. The town is surrounded by sugarcane fields. The U.S. Sugar Corporation is a massive presence here. During harvest season from October to March, the air carries a distinct, sweet, burnt sugar smell 24/7. Locals adapt, visitors are stunned. The closest ocean beach is 90 minutes distant, but Lake Okeechobee is right there, a massive, beautiful, and occasionally terrifying body of water during storm season.
Number 24 is McClenny, the cousin Jacksonville rarely mentions. It's only 30 minutes from the city, but feels a generation behind. The median home price is $145,000, with livable homes found for $75,000, less than a premium pickup truck. The top employers are a state prison and a Walmart. That summarizes the professional landscape. Many residents commute to Jacksonville for work, spending more on gasoline each month than on their home loan. The downtown is just a few blocks. There's a single traffic light that serves as the universal landmark for giving directions. At number 23, we have Lake City. The name is aspirational. It's not really a city, and it's not directly on a lake. The median home price is $135,000, but a $65,000 house might not have been updated since the 1980s. It's at the crossroads of 2 major interstates, so everyone passes through, but few stop. It's the ultimate roadside rest stop. The main local attraction is the Olustee Battlefield, which hosts an annual Civil War reenactment. The community embraces it with serious passion. Lake City isn't without merits: a community college, a VA hospital, and a decent selection of restaurants. But the humidity is so intense you feel like you're swimming through the air. Number 22 is Chiefland. Population, 2,200 people and several million mosquitoes. The median home price is $110,000, but a 3-bedroom can be had for $52,000, less than a single year's rent in Miami. The star attraction is Manatee Springs State Park, with stunningly clear water and gentle floating manatees. It's the picturesque Florida from the brochures. The downtown consists of one main street where shops close early. One reviewer called it aggressively quiet, which is perfectly accurate. For the price of a Miami parking space, you could own a house and land here. Number 21 is Stark. Yes, that's the spelling. Not like the superhero, but with a Y sound. The median home price is $128,000, with good homes available for $70,000. The town's identity is tied to the Florida State Prison, its largest employer. There's a local coffee shop named the Electric Chair. It's a real place. The twist? It's only 45 minutes from Gainesville, home to the University of Florida. Professors and staff are buying here because their own city is too expensive. One resident said it's like living in a Stephen King novel, but with a much lower tax bill. We've hit the halfway mark at number 20, Frostproof, a town named after a bold-faced lie. Founders said, "It never frosts." It frosts. It's like naming your boat the Unsinkable and then watching it go down. The median home price is $98,000, with nice homes found for $55,000, the cost of an average wedding. The town has about 3,000 people and one main activity: fishing on Lake Clinch. That's the entertainment. But a couple from Miami sold their 1-bedroom condo and bought a 4-bedroom house here with the pool, all in cash, and had money left over. They went from stretched thin in the city to local royalty. Number 19 is Madison, a place that cherishes its past. The median home price is $150,000, but you can buy a historic home for $65,000. Historic means it's old, but full of character if you appreciate that aesthetic. The downtown is a National Historic District, which is wonderful until you want to update a window and need a dozen permits. The big social event is the Down Home Days Festival, a quintessential small-town gathering. If you work from home and love a community where everyone knows you, this is your spot. Your mortgage payment could be less than your auto insurance. Number 18 is Bushnell, the seat of Sumter County. Population 3,000, median home price $95,000, but houses can be found for $45,000. That's less than a new truck. You can own a home that costs less than the vehicle in your driveway. The town exists because of the courthouse. That's the economic engine. It's a 20-minute drive from the Villages, that enormous retirement community. So you're near all its amenities without the premium price tag. The grand opening of a new Dollar General was the social event of the year. People dressed up. It was a whole thing. Number 17 is Okeechobee, living on the edge of the massive lake of the same name. Median home price $115,000 with options around $60,000 if you're comfortable with hurricane exposure. The lake is enormous, a 730-square-mile inland sea that storms love to target. The fishing is world-class, with bass as big as your leg. People travel here to fish and then leave because the town itself is quiet. The local economy is fishing, cattle, and hurricane anxiety. The high school mascot is the Brahmins, a breed of cow. Meanwhile, in Miami, someone is paying $2,500 for a studio with no parking. Here, that payment could cover a house with land for multiple trucks. Number 16 is Arcadia, a town holding on to its cowboy roots. The median home price is $180,000, but you can find a place for $55,000 if rustic charm is your style. This town is famous for its rodeo, the real deal. The All-Florida Championship Rodeo is a major annual event. The downtown is lined with antique shops, fitting for a place that feels preserved in time. But it's genuinely charming, the kind of downtown you'd see on a postcard. You could buy a historic building here for less than the price of a luxury car in Miami. Number 15 is Watula, the self-proclaimed cucumber capital of the world, a title it earned uncontested. The median home price is $92,000, with houses available for $50,000, less than a year of infant care in a big city. The town of 4,500 people fully leans into the cucumber theme. There's a cucumber festival, people wear cucumber costumes. It's wonderfully weird. Main Street is called just that. The courthouse and Walmart are the largest structures. One resident said their mortgage is $315 a month, and their biggest expense is driving to Tampa occasionally to remember what a city looks like.
Number 14 is Belle Glade. The town motto is, "Her soil is her fortune," which sounds epic. The median home price is $88,000, with homes available for $45,000. This is sugarcane country. During harvest, they burn the fields, and ash falls like black snow. It's as dramatic as it sounds. The town is on Lake Okeechobee, meaning amazing sunsets and constant storm season worry. The wild part? It's only 40 miles from Palm Beach, where $20 million mansions exist. Here, a house costs what they might spend on landscaping. Number 13 is Pahokee, also known as Muck City. It's built on incredibly rich soil. They say you could plant a stick and it would grow. The median home price is $85,000, but you can find properties for $40,000. That's less than a new luxury car. This small town has produced an astounding number of NFL players per capita. It's a factory for athletic talent. The high school football games are the center of the universe. But the reality is, jobs are scarce, and many who can leave. If you have remote work, you could live very comfortably here. Your coffee budget in San Francisco could cover your mortgage. Number 12 is Fort Meade. It hasn't been a fort since the Seminole Wars. The median home price is $95,000, with houses around $55,000 that have character, i.e. some issues. The town has 5,600 people. Its claim to fame is phosphate mining, digging up material for fertilizer. The downtown has a few blocks of buildings that have seen better days. The recent arrival of a Subway sandwich shop was major news. But its secret weapon is location. It's roughly halfway between Tampa and Orlando. You can commute to a high-paying city job while your mortgage is a laughable $400 a month.
Number 11 is Moorhaven, which calls itself the Miami of the Glades. It's being generous. The median home price is $78,000, with livable homes for $38,000. I've seen truck modifications that cost more. The town has 1,700 people and not much to do. The Kissimmee River runs by, which is essentially an alligator expressway. One couple from Portland sold their studio and bought a 3-bedroom house here with cash. They had money left to buy a boat. They now own a home and a boat for less than their former rent. For the price of a parking space, you could own a kingdom. Breaking into the top 10 at number 10 is Century. So far north in Florida, it's practically Alabama. Most people in the state don't know it exists. The median home price is $72,000, with houses going for $35,000. That's less than a new family sedan. The town has 1,700 people and is 30 minutes from Pensacola. The major employer is, you guessed it, a prison. The downtown is a handful of buildings that look fragile. The annual Sawmill Days Festival celebrates its lumber history. Think about that while someone in Miami pays $500,000 for a condo where they can hear their neighbor blink. Number 9 is Weehawken. Go on, try to say it. Locals call it Weewa. The median home price is $68,000, with fines as low as $32,000, less than the average student loan. This place is famous for Tupelo honey. That's the economy. The Tupelo Honey Festival is the highlight of the year. The town has one traffic light, and if it works, it's news. The nearest Walmart is 30 minutes away. Amazon delivery drivers probably need a map and a prayer. Number 8 is Interlaken, which means between the lakes. The median home price is $65,000, but you can snag something for $30,000 if you're handy. The town has 1,400 people and was a resort destination in the 1880s. The lakes are beautiful, great for fishing if you don't mind the occasional water snake. One Reddit user bought a place for $28,000. Their monthly payment is $195. Their Netflix subscription is a significant portion of their housing cost. Let that sink in. Number 7 is Branford, on the Swanee River. The median home price is $62,000, with properties found for $28,000, less than a new motorcycle. The population is around 700. That's a very small community where everyone knows everything about everybody. The main draw is the natural springs, crystal clear and 72 degrees year-round, which is also perfect for various wildlife. People drive for hours to visit these springs for a weekend, spending more on gas than a local pays for their mortgage.
Number 6 is Mayo. Not the condiment, but just as unassuming. The median home price is $58,000, but houses can be bought for $25,000. $25,000. That's less than many weddings. The town has 1,200 people, and its lifeblood is the timber industry. The lumber mill is the biggest employer. The downtown looks like a film set for a 1960s drama. A teacher from Jacksonville bought 3 houses here. She rents 2 and lives in the 3rd, becoming a landlord on an educator's salary. We've reached the top 5. Number 5 is Vernon. This place has a dark history. In the mid-20th century, it was nicknamed Nub City due to a bizarre wave of insurance fraud involving self-inflicted injuries. I'm not making this up. Today, the median home price is $55,000, with houses available for $22,000, less than a new electric car. The town has about 680 people. The biggest attraction is the sheer nothingness. It's 45 minutes from Panama City. But if you work remotely, you could effectively retire incredibly early. Your mortgage would be less than a daily coffee habit. Number 4 is Altha. Population 536. Not a misprint. The median home price isn't really tracked, but you can buy a house for $20,000. That's less than many kitchen remodels.
The town is a blinking light and a post office. The post office is the social network, news source, and town square. Someone bought a house here unseen for $18,000. Their monthly payment is $127. Their phone bill is higher. Their car insurance costs more than their home. The math has officially left the building. The bronze medal, number 3, goes to Brooksville. This is a place that has actual amenities, but prices are stuck in the past. The median home price is $52,000, with houses found for $18,000, less than a new Harley-Davidson. It's only an hour from Tampa, a real city with jobs and culture. A couple from California sold just their garage, not their house, just the garage, and bought a home here with cash and money to spare. That's the level of financial absurdity we're dealing with. The runner-up, number 2, is Hastings, the potato capital of Florida. The median home price is $48,000, with homes available for $15,000. $15,000. That's less than total credit card debt for many. The town has 580 people, and its identity is potatoes. In a state famous for beaches, they grow spuds. The town is a few streets surrounded by fields. The Potato Festival is the social calendar. And it's just 30 minutes from St. Augustine, a huge tourist draw. Tourists spend more on a weekend hotel than a house costs here. And now, the number 1 most unbelievable housing market in Florida. Waldo. The median home price is $45,000, but you can buy a house for $12,000. $12,000. That's less than a used Toyota Corolla. That's less than a bathroom renovation. Waldo has 1,000 people and was once infamous as a speed trap until the state shut it down. It's 15 minutes from Gainesville, home to the University of Florida. Students pay more to rent a room for 4 years than it costs to buy a house here. Someone purchased a home last year for $9,500. Their monthly payment is $71. That's less than a fancy dinner for 2. Sure, the roof might need work. The pipes might be historic. But for $71 a month, you could fix everything slowly and still pay less than any renter in a major city. So, there you have it. A tour through a Florida that defies all logic. A place where you can actually own your home instead of just renting it from a bank or a landlord. Yes, you might be an hour from a decent sushi restaurant. Your neighbors might include creatures with sharp teeth. Your internet might be contemplative, but you'll own the land you're on. While others are killing themselves to pay $3,000 a month for a box where they hear every argument next door, you could be on your own porch with a mortgage payment that's a rounding error in their budget. Insurance is still a nightmare. Hurricanes are a real threat. The humidity will melt your soul. But at these prices, you could buy a place, decide you hate it, walk away, and still be financially ahead of someone stuck in a Miami lease. The real con isn't these low prices. The real con is that we've been convinced that spending a fortune on a basic necessity is normal, that you need a lifetime of debt for a home. These towns aren't for the luxury-seeking, nightlife-craving crowd. If you need multiple traffic lights and constant stimulation, look elsewhere. But if you're tired of making your landlord wealthy, tired of working multiple jobs for a place you'll never own, tired of the dream feeling like a cruel joke, then maybe, just maybe, one of these overlooked Florida spots has your answer. So I have to ask you, and I genuinely want to know, would you do it? Would you trade your expensive rental for a home you truly own, even if it meant living somewhere that feels off the grid? Would you become the monarch of your own quirky domain if it meant never writing a rent check again? Let me know in the comments. Tell me which town caught your eye, or which one sounds like your personal nightmare. Or tell me I'm out of my mind and you'll gladly keep paying thousands for a fancy closet in the city. If you've made it this far without checking a real estate app, you have incredible willpower. Because I'm already browsing listings in Waldo, wondering if explaining my $71 a month address is a fair trade for total freedom. The system is cracked, but perhaps these forgotten Florida communities are the loophole we've needed. Or they're cheap for very good reasons, and we're about to discover why. Either way, with stakes this low, what have you really got to lose? Besides everything if a hurricane decides to visit. But then again, that's just part of the Florida experience.
If this gave you a new perspective, show some love to the channel. Give this video a like and make sure you're following Winds of Thought for more deep dives into the world's most fascinating ideas.